Good evening. It is 6:05 on Thursday. I'm vlogging very late today. I'm just happy I got out at all, quite frankly. It's been a day. It's not the least bit sunny, but I'm wearing sunglasses to hide the fact that I look extremely ragged right now. Like, I am in my pajamas. Like, it was such a day that I came home, I showered, and I put my pajamas on. Done. The day is done. But I just finished making dinner for the boys, so I thought, you know what, before I sit down and like turn on some movie and fold laundry for the rest of the night, I need to go vlog. I don't think I've vlogged at all yet this week. Well, I think I vlogged on Monday, but whatever. Not since the work week started. And yeah, it was just a day. And it's showing. So I'm in my pajamas. I threw on some track pants and a hoodie because I had to leave the house. But I still have my, hot pink fuzzy socks on, and then I threw slides on. Oh yes, she did. And she walked through the dollar store like that. I fit right in. So, now I'm sitting in a government parking lot, because it's the only empty parking lot in town right now. And random people are walking through, watching me talk to myself in my car on camera. Awesome. So, how was your day? My car says it's 18 degrees Celsius right now. It actually feels a little cool out. But it was humid and muggy as balls today. It was horrible. Today was better than the last, 3 days? I think it's been in the high 30s, early 40s with the humidex for the last, at least the last 2, possibly the last 3 days. So today, and especially now, is actually very nice. I'm actually thinking about going home and opening my windows. There's no more humidity in the air. It's just nice. So it'd be nice to air out the house a little bit. So, yeah, I just grabbed myself some Mr. Noodles because I canceled my food box for this week. So now I have to come up with shit to eat. I have half of a great big salad I bought. I don't know. What did I say today was Thursday? So on Tuesday. But I'm thinking that I'm just going to toss it. Have some noodles, and I got myself some salt and pepper chips. I love the sea salt and pepper chips. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I also bought myself, what is this? A Starbucks double shot mocha. One of these things. I like them from time to time. I don't do energy drinks, so to speak, like Monsters and stuff. Red Bull, they're nasty. I always thought that they were coffee flavored, and I had one once, and it's like carbonated juice. It's disgusting. The juice is just wrong. And I'm not a huge fan of carbonated drinks. I mean, unless you put alcohol in it, there's no point. Just saying. So, I'm going to do that later. And, yeah, so, Booboo came home from his concert tonight. He had a great time. He actually sent me a clip. I think it's an Alice Cooper clip, because Alice is God. Love Alice Cooper. And it was the Freaks on Parade concert that he went to see in Toronto with a buddy of his, who, funny enough, Booboo was telling me that this friend of his was not a Ministry fan. In fact, strongly disliked Ministry, and I told him he was wrong. You're wrong. Uncle Al is, yes, okay, Ministry, yes. But after seeing them live, now he's a fan. He has seen the light, and he has come to us. So there's that. That was so funny. I haven't watched the clip that Booboo sent me. I'm pretty sure he said it was Alice Cooper's entrance. If it's the entrance, then I've seen it because he showed it to me on his phone, but whatever. He was excited, so whatever. But I'm watching these clips. Like, I watched a clip that he took of Ministry playing, and I watched a clip of Rob Zombie playing. And everybody's just fucking standing there. Just standing there with their phones, recording. And it blows my friggin' mind because to be that old person, okay, when I went to concerts, I mean, you were jumping around, you were moving, you were working, like you were sweating, okay? When I went to see Megadeth at Maple Leaf Gardens, I believe it was the concert that closed down Maple Leaf Gardens. It was the last concert that they had there. Yeah, I'm here to tell you, I did not see a goddamn part of that concert. I was physically there. I did not see a damn thing. Trust and believe that my ass was in the pit, killing it. Okay? I'm just saying. I couldn't tell you anything that happened on that stage. I couldn't tell you what pyrotechnics were going on. I couldn't tell you what kind of lights were going on. I have no idea. I did not see it, did not care. That's not why I was there. I was there to get in the pit and kill it. And it did. Stand there with your phone. Oh, Lord. I'm here to tell you, if I was at that concert with Booboo, there would have been none of that. That boy would not have been able to take any pictures or video because I'd have been shaking and pushing, and he wasn't in the pit, they were in the stands, but I'm here to tell you, I'd have been moshing there. There would have been a pit in the stands. There would have been a pit in the stands, and I would have started it. Yep. You have your phone out? Sorry about your luck. Your phone's on the ground now. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. You were at a Ministry concert, man. Put your fucking phone away. They're just standing there like zombies, holding their phones up. Like, really? You need to record it because you're there. You're seeing it. You're hearing it. You're smelling it. What do you need to record? You're not going to remember being there? I mean... Okay, fine. Blows my mind. It blows my mind. Absolutely. I mean, the only one that I could see recording anything from would be Alice Cooper, because him, I do, when I go to see a Cooper concert, I'm not moshing, I'm not, none of that. I mean, you're kind of bopping around. I mean, it's music, right? You gotta move. But Cooper, I go to watch. He is theater. You need to watch that shit. There's a story going on. He is visual. Absolutely. I would totally be. Well, when I went to see him at Lulu's, and that show did close down Lulu's. That place was so small. That was a dangerous venue, man. People were getting crazy. I think it was, at the time, my fiance's friend. It was, I'd gone with Booboo's dad and his friend and his friend's fiance or wife, whatever the hell she was. She had a cigarette, or a couple of cigarettes, put out on her back. And I believe it was the buddy that had a fork jammed into his back. It was insane. It was a crazy fucking concert. I mean, it should have been shut down. They were way beyond capacity. I remember the fire marshal showing up. It was just absolute chaos. And I was high as a kite on every cold medicine known to man. I was so sick. But I had a good time. Yeah, I was sick as a dog. It was the sickest I can ever remember being up until that point. and literally on every cough medicine or every cold medicine I had in my house. Every single one, from Alka-Seltzer to Tylenol to some kind of cold and flu. Oh yeah, oh Jesus. I probably should have been in the hospital. I was on so much medication. I was not missing that damn concert. I'm a trooper, let me tell you. Yeah, standing there watching it on their phones. Like, you're watching it through your phone because you're physically there. What are you doing? The amount of money that you pay for concerts now, and you're going to stand there and watch it through your phone? What? You're not, nobody was jumping around. Nobody was doing nothing. They were literally standing there like statues with their phones up in the air. If I was any of these bands, I'd be like, I would, if I was Rob Zombie, because from what I seen of Monkey's or Booboo's clip, he had all these ginormous screens everywhere. I would have thrown up that gladiator meme. Like, are you not entertained? Why are we here? Like, I would find that so frustrating. I don't know. Is that a rant? Can we call this a rant? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm old. I don't know. I don't know. That wouldn't have happened if I was there. Not in Booboo's case. That phone would not have come out. Nope. Because it had ended up on the ground. We'd have been jumping around. We'd have been. Oh yeah. It would have been absolute chaos in our area. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. But they had a good time, so that's all that really matters. Oh, I'm exhausted. Today was such a day, and it started like before we even clocked in and started getting paid, okay? Like we start getting paid when we hit our first house, right? Like that initial travel time doesn't count. So I'm sitting out on my front porch having a coffee and a cigarette and watching a vlog, as one does. And my boss texts me with our list of clients for the day, which she's never does. We have a physical list that we follow. And she says to me, "Good morning, Jen. Forgot to give the coworker the list, so here you go." It's like, oh, this is gonna be a great day. This is gonna be a fantastic day. So I texted her back laughing at her, and I was like, okay, like, awesome. Are there any codes that we need? Because usually if there's door codes, they're written on the list. She just gave me the list. So she says, well, the lead hand should have it, but here you go. I was like, yeah, please send me the codes, because I would rather both of us have it than none of us have it, okay? So fine. We get to the first house, and we're out of town all day today. So we get to the first house. Was it after that? Yeah, after our first house, okay. The new hire checks her phone, because when the boss isn't physically at locations with us, the new hire and myself are the only ones with cell phones. We check our phones constantly to make sure that she's not leaving us messages for whatever the fuck. So she got to the van first, so she checked her phone. And she's like, Jesus Christ. And we're like, no. Because Thursdays are always fuckery. Always. Like, we are raging every Thursday. Thursdays suck. The houses are just the most frustrating places. And yeah, we rage. We're yeah. So like, what happened? Well, we had one person that was going to be our third house of the day wanted us to come later in the day. We're like, fuck. That meant, like, at the end of the day. So that meant we would go from one town to the last town, which was further out, and then double back to where we started from and then go home. We were not amused with this. On top of that, the next house that we were supposed to go to apparently didn't have any power. There was a big storm out that way last night, and apparently half the town was out of power. And we're like, oh my God. Okay. So we packed up and we went to this customer's place that apparently didn't have any power. And it's an older gentleman. A single man, older gentleman, sweet, sweet man. And we thought, well, you know what? We'll just swing by. He could have power. We don't know. You know, that kind of thing can change quickly, depending on why the power's out, right? We didn't know what was going on. So we went over and we checked on him. And he says, oh yeah, there was a huge storm last night. He goes, there's like 6 power lines down around town. And, you know, we're like, oh great, because this is the town we're primarily working out of. And then the last 2 are further out. So if half the town is out of power, I mean, it's you know, a 50-50 shot of whether or not we're going to be able to do anybody today, which will double up for Friday. Like, we're not amused. It's like, all right, well, you don't have any power? He says no. And I said, we said, okay, well, we'll come back later, like at the end of the day, and we'll check on you. If you have power, great. If not, then, you know, we call the boss and make arrangements to work it out, right? That's not our area. So we moved on. We carried on with our day. Whatever. Everybody else we went to in that town had power. So, and we didn't see no poles down. We were checking. Because we weren't paying no mind. We didn't notice any before, but we didn't know to look for it. So we never saw any lines or power, whatever. There was nothing down. So whatever. But everybody kept telling us about this huge storm. We're not that far. We're like, what, a 15, maybe a 20-minute drive apart. Like, I mean, there was rain and there was some really pretty lightning. I didn't hear any thunder and I didn't hear any wind. Like, okay. So we do our thing, we double back, whatever. I mean, it was just such, and we're all confused now. The list is out of order. Like, it was just a very trying day. But we went back to check on this guy at the end of the day, and his neighbor had power. We looked in the window. We saw lamps on. We're like, okay, well, we're going to go in and do my guy's house, and cool, we'll go home. Like, awesome. He was sitting in his garage in a fold-out chair, and we're like, so what's going on? He's like, no power. Serious? Like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I got no power. All right. Okie dokie then. You have to call the boss and make arrangements. So I text the boss and I let her know, you know, you'll have to make arrangements with them, whatever. But everybody else was done, like, no problem. They're, you know, it's just a very trying day. But whatever, it's done. It's over. I'm exhausted. I hope to sleep long and deep tonight and push through tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna suck too. We've just got 2 ginormous, really shitty houses to do. More than 2, but 2 specific ones that we all loathe and despise. But whatever. The one house just got brand new kitchen cupboards and counters and stuff. It's all white. All of it's white. It's like fucking awesome. Why you would put white in a kitchen or a bathroom is so far beyond me, but whatever. They were black cupboards and a black counter, and then the counter had this weird sparkly shit all over it. It sucked. You could not see. You could get eye level and look, and you still couldn't tell if there was crumbs or not, because everything was sparkly and weird. It sucked ass. But you're gonna have the same problem with a white counter, so whatever. On top of stains, everything's gonna stain. It's gonna be awesome. Fuck. And I bet they got those quartz counters, so you can't use anything on it, just water. It's like, whatever. People with more money than brains. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling tonight. Anywho, we're just past the 20-minute mark, so I'm gonna boot. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat. Big truck. Really close. Fuck. I'm gonna go eat and put on some movie that I don't have to pay attention to and fold laundry. So anybody watching, thank you. I appreciate you. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk later.